morning! It is a cold and windy day today, but today I am going in search of a secret underground church. I'll then also be looking for a winking man, hoping to avoid a malicious mermaid, and then trying to see if I can find any wallabies. Nope, I've not gone bonkers. I am here in the southwest area of the Peak District in Staffordshire. I have got the Roaches up there behind me, but I am heading this way, first of all, to go and see Lud'S Church. I am heading through the back forest of Staffordshire towards Lud'S Church, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about it. Now, it is not your typical ancient building that you'd come to expect from a church, but it's an 18-metre, which is 59 feet, chasm covered in this bright green moss. It is formed within the thick bed of Carboniferous sandstone, which is known as the Roaches Grit. I have just arrived at the entrance to the church. Now, this is 100 metres long, which is 328 feet, and the steps going down are a little bit slippy, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it here and then show you around when we go down. But it is steeped in myths and history, and one of the myths is that this was caused by the devil's fingernail scraping along the earth. But in fact, it was created by a major landslip above Grambatch on the hillside there. Nobody knows exactly when this happened. It is believed to be post-glacial. But yeah, I shall tell you some more myths when I get down there. Isn't it fantastic? I mean, it is incredible down here. It is so fascinating. There is so many little nooks and crannies to explore. And I mean, the place down here, it's usually quite a busy little area, I think, for people to visit. But because I've set off quite early this morning and it's the middle of the week and it's mid-October, so not many people want to come out probably in this cold, it is extremely quiet, and so far I have got it all to myself, which is incredible. But this area as well, I was telling you about myths, is apparently where Robin Hood came with Friar Tuck and hid from the authorities. But I think the history behind this area is that in the 15th century, it was used as a secret place where the Lollards could worship. If caught, they would have otherwise been prosecuted for their religious beliefs. They were followers of the early church reformer John Wycliffe. Lud's church may have been named after Walter de Ludank or Walter de Ludauk, who was captured here at one of their meetings. We sure have had a lot of rain this last week or so, and it's made the ground incredibly muddy and slippy.
Are turning brown, red and yellow, soon they'll be falling down. Now, I'm not ready, not just yet, I'm not ready. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow away the sight, and all that blossomed will wither away and die. Not now, I'm not ready, not just yet.
I am now out of the woods and it's just starting to rain, so I'm heading to a nature reserve and I'll catch up with you when it dies down a bit. I'm walking along all this bracken and it is actually bigger than me. It's loads of it everywhere. It's so tall. I feel like I'm going through like a tunnel.
Not now. just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.
I have arrived at Blackbrook Nature Reserve, and behind me you can see THRU Rocks all over here. Now there is 121 hectares here that's managed by Staffordshire Wildlife Trust, and they are transforming it from a conifer plantation to open moorlands and other native trees again so that the wildlife can thrive. It's so important to have this open moorland to protect our rare species such as the red grouse. We've even got a green hair-streaked butterfly which has got these bright green emerald wings. Absolutely beautiful it is. And not forgetting the wispy cotton grass. And they are transforming, they're planting all these wonderful trees and changing the area since they took it over many years ago. And I am going to be walking right through here. I've never been here before, so I can't wait to see this. I'm normally on the other side walking along the Roaches, but yeah, this is going to be a new experience for me. I have been having a wander around these rocks, and there is no clear access route over there, which is where I am heading along there. So I've come back to here and I'm going to walk up the road and around and then join a proper path that I know is there. But I didn't realise before I started doing a bit of research that open moorland is more rare than tropical rainforest. And this open moorland, there's 75% of it can be found in Britain. Now over here, unfortunately, over the last 50 years, we have lost about 40% of our moorlands due to forestry and also overgrazing. Here alone, 100 acres of conifer trees were planted by the timber industry that were never harvested. So what the trust is currently doing is replacing them with all the native trees, so oak, rowan and hazel, and it has just been lovely to have a little walk around. It looks strange because it looks like just things are being cut down, but you can see everything that's replacing the conifers and coming up through the tubes which are there to protect the young trees growing. So they are doing a wonderful job. If you want any more information about the trust, what I will do is I'll put a link in the description box below so you can read more about it.
Come back tomorrow. You know it's not enough that I can make you laugh. Why try to borrow even more time you never have? It's too late, too late, too late, too late. Slide down the rooftop. Slide down the rooftop. It's too late, too late, too late, too late. You'd have to rebuild me from the ground up. From the ground up.
It's days like this I really wish I was wearing my boots. I got quite dirty feet today. Oh well, surely a sign of a good walk.
There's always something, and I can try to change, but you want something else. Why cut off your wings? You could change the world and I'd still be a mess. It's too late, too late, too late, too late. Slide down the rooftop. Slide down the rooftop. It's too late, too late, too late, too late. You'd have to rebuild me from the ground up. From the ground up. Slide down the rooftop. Slide down the rooftop. Slide down the rooftop. Slide down the rooftop.
I am currently walking along Ramshaw Rocks and looking for the famous winking man. Now this is a 10-foot rock formation that looks like a man. It's got the forehead, the nose, the mouth and the chin, and apparently it winks when you drive past it. Now I have never witnessed this, and I've been on that Leek to Buxton road, which is down there, many times and never seen it, so I was determined to try and find it, and I thought I had found it earlier. But I tried to reenact it by lowering up and down to make the rocks wink, because apparently the winking is caused by a pinnacle of rocks behind the eye area, which makes it look like it's winking. In the past, people thought it was something supernatural or some kind of god, perhaps Thor or Woden, but I don't think that was the right one, so I'm going to keep searching for it. But it is fascinating up here. I love all these rock formations, and the weather so far is playing nice with me. It is absolutely lovely, but I'm going to keep looking for this winking man. If I have to go down onto the road after I've finished this hike today, drive by and find it, I will. I'm not sure there's anywhere to stop, and I'm obviously not going to be able to film it, but I will do what I can for you, I promise. But I did think I had it earlier, but I don't think that was the right one, unfortunately. I have just come across this rock here, and you can see a face printed into it here, look. That is so strange. It looks old as well, it doesn't look like it's been recently done. That's a little bit eerie. These are the rocks behind me, don't they look fantastic with those dark clouds? The height up here is 460 metres high, which is just over 1,500 feet. And the geology makes for fantastic rock climbing due to all the ferocious wide cracks that are up here. So I've actually passed, I think, already about maybe 2 or 3 different rock climbers carrying the great big boulder bags and the crash mats and things. Over here on my right, you can see Hen Cloud over, let me show you here, Hen Cloud, which is there. And over here we have got all of the Roaches, which I will be continuing my hike along once I've completed the Ramshaw Rocks section. So I'm going to kind of head down off Ramshaw Rocks, go between Hen Cloud and then up onto the Roaches. And oh, it's an exhilarating walk across there. I've done it a couple of times recently. I also wild camped there, was it about 3 weeks ago, I think it was now. I will put the video in the little link up here somewhere and in the description for you if you want to see more of that. But oh, it is absolutely beautiful out here. It's cold, it's windy, it's moody, but it's exhilarating. I'm not going to lie, that rock looks a little bit dubious there. It looks like it is just resting on top of this big rock here, but it's a bit worrying. I'm sure it's been there for many years. I have just come down off Ramshaw Rocks and I have failed my mission of finding the proper winking man. Now I should be heading that direction, but I was looking down at the road and there is no way I'm going to be able to stop because it's such a busy road and there's nowhere to pull over. So I walked to it because I have to show you it, I have to find it to show you it. There is no wonder I couldn't see it from where I was. It is all the way at the top here, sticking out. So, can you see at the point it's there, that bit there? I'm going to walk up closer and get a better view of it. Okay, there it is. Hopefully you can see that clearly in the eye. It's not going to blink for me because I'm at the wrong side. But there we go, I found him. I'm in rather a windy spot, but I am stood between Hen Cloud here, which is a total of 410 metres, and I have got the Roaches at this side of me, which stands at the highest point of about 505 metres. Now, the term the Roaches comes from our neighbours, the French, and I cannot speak French very well, but I believe it translates as Le Roche, which is the rocks. So that's where it was named from, but it is spelled R-O-C-H-E-S. For anybody that knows French, I'm rubbish, I do apologise. But yeah, that's where the name comes from. So I'm going to be hiking up here now, up there, and there's a few rock climbers which are currently in front of me, looking like they look quite high up actually, but yeah, I'll be passing them shortly and then going up onto the top and hoping to avoid a malicious mermaid at Dox's pool. I shall tell you more about that when I get there. There's a rock that you can see right in the middle of the screen above that stone wall, and that's called the Boardstone. It's one of the many stones around the Peak District that is said to have magical powers, and apparently sick people used to crawl under it to be cured. The narrow gaps is said to push the devil off their backs. And there you have THRU-HIKING Reservoir, which you can see the sun beaming down on at the moment. And I am continuing my hike up the Roaches. In the 1930s, it is said that 5 Bennett's wallabies escaped from a local zoo and made their way up on here on top of the Roaches and bred And apparently a colony of about 50 ended up existing up here despite all the harsh winters. I think the last sighting was apparently back in 2015, but the last video of these wallabies was back in 2009. So they are said to be extinct now, but you never know, one might jump out at any time. And over there, wow, the clouds are certainly coming in now. But there's the reservoir over there. Right in the distance behind me is Ramshaw Rocks that I was hiking on earlier. And now I'm heading up to Dox's pool, which is said to have a horrible mermaid in there, this malicious mermaid called Jenny Greenteeth, also known as the Blue Nymph. Now this pool I can see in front of me, it's 15 metres by 10 metres, and it's also said to be bottomless. But the reason why she exists here is apparently this Jenny Greenteeth was walking here one foggy day and fell in, but now lies in wait to grab unsuspecting children and drag them under. So I won't get too close to the edge, but here we go. Here is Dox's pool. I am now leaving the roaches behind me. I'm heading back to my car. I hope you have enjoyed everything that we've done and seen today. We ticked off quite a lot off the list, didn't we? We saw the secret underground church. We saw the winking man, even though I had to walk along the road to go find it. Don't worry, I won't put that in the route description. I will link that below, by the way. That was additional stuff, so yeah, I won't add that into the route description. That was just one of those extra things that I do for you all. We didn't see the malicious mermaid, we didn't see any wallabies, but I think we saw plenty, and it has been delightful, hasn't it? I mean, the weather has been kind. Yes, it's been windy, yes, it's been cold, but I've got all the right gear, so I've not been too uncomfortable. It did rain a little bit, but not too much. That was bearable. And it has just been amazing. Oh, what a wonderful part of the world. I hope this inspires anybody to throw on a little backpack, throw on your walking shoes, and head out the door and go explore somewhere new. Because, oh my goodness, being outside is amazing. I absolutely love it. I think I would go stir crazy if I didn't get outdoors every week. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will look forward to seeing you all next time. Goodbye. have literally just set off in the car and had to pull over. There's a rainbow, let me step outside and show you. Oh, what a reward at the end of a day.